Oh, by the way, we're doing an interview right now with the Cernemeister.
Players of the world have love for me. Represent the dope house company. Haters get their ass ran up a tree. How the fuck you gon' fuck with the fucking king?
Okay. So Mark's gonna bring it all together right now. Bring us in, Mark. Or as Carley said, what'd you say, Carley? Bring that bad boy in or something like that?
Go ahead and bring that bad boy. Turn that bad boy on.
We're live.
All right. Okay, Mark. What you got left, Mark?
I got something for Carly. What's a memory you have of your dad, like, in the studio? Or, like, at the dope house?
A memory of my dad at the dope house or in the studio. I do have a memory of, like, me recording that one part, I'm 8 now, Dad.
7 years old.
I'm 8 now.
They say she real cold. She my motherfucking life, for real though.
Like, I do have a memory of, like, me being in the studio at the house that we had on Kate and Dad, and you were on the phone, and you literally made me, like, say it over and over again. Like, I literally said it, like, 700 times. And you still didn't like it, but it wasn't exactly how you wanted it. But yeah, you were like, you need to sound more cute. Like, you're not saying it right. I literally said it over and over again, but it kind of just, it's funny because it's still the same way, like, in the studio today. Like,
you know, I did that with my mom when she said,
yeah, I know.
Say, Mom, that's my boy.
What you say, Mom? That's my boy.
No, do it again. That's my boy. No, Mom, you goddamn, you know, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's like he has to have the exact vision of things. You know?
I'm 8 now, Dad. That's what you're supposed to say.
I'm 8. How are they supposed to say it?
I'm 8 now, Dad. And you were like, I'm 8 now, Dad. So I was like, oh, God.
Oh, my God, I was little. How could my voice sound deep?
You were trying to sound cool. Like you.
How was your first studio experience like?
My first studio experience was in the closet at Delwyn's house. And it was a badass beat. And I remember it was from a Superman. It was from a Superman movie. I don't know what Superman it was, but he took the sample from a Superman vinyl, and he made the beat. It was a really good beat. And I remember just rapping to it, and then it was in his closet. That was the first one. And then he made a beat to Smooth Operator, Smooth by Sade. He made that, and then I remember rapping it. That was like the second song I rapped. Man, if we could ever find those songs, that would be gold. That would be gold. But nobody knows what happened to those songs. And then I did those songs at my first concert, which is when 97.9 first came to Houston. And there was a dude named Olsen, something Olsen. And what was his name? He was a white dude. Anyway, he was at a park in 3rd Ward. I think the park was called Bicentennial Park or something like that in 3rd Ward. I remember just running up the stairs toward the stage, and I tripped over the last stair, and I just fell on the stage. And then when I fell, I just played it off like I was a savage, like I'm just coming, and I kept going all crazy and shit, trying to play it off. And I looked at the crowd, and they were just all staring in disbelief, not knowing who the hell this Mexican was in an all-black park. And I rapped, and there was one black girl towards the back, and she was jamming with me. It was just me and her. Everybody else was just staring. I said, fuck everybody else. I'm just going to rap for this one girl that's jamming with me. And I did the whole damn show looking at her. because she was the only one down with me. And I just answered
What was
a question that you didn't ask about my first concert.
Yeah, your first concert? How do you think, how different will your new concerts be? How are you planning on doing them now?
Not a whole lot different. A lot of engagement with the fans. A lot of little funny jokes that I say in between songs. A few little speeches that I do in between songs. When I'm on stage, I'm just spending time with the fans. I'm not like just doing one song after another. Sometimes I talk too much. Some of my Dope House family members would tell me, man, we need to get to the next song, because I'd just be sitting there talking about, how to, make sure you treat your women like queens, make sure you don't get involved in no gangs, just kind of preaching. And sometimes I would go a little too far.
What's the first thing you think you eat when you're home? Like, what are you looking forward to?
The first thing I'm looking forward to, I don't know. I just talked to one of my homeboys that went home, and he was locked up for 20 years. And he said it's frustrating. It's overwhelming. So the first thing I'm going to do is just be very aware. I'm just going to be very cautious and just, I'm not really going to be looking forward to anything. I'm mostly just going to be watching out, make sure no bullets are flying, or there's no drama. I'm just going to be very cautious. But I don't really miss nothing, because my life was so ridiculous when I was free. My life actually improved when I came to prison. And of course, I'm happier today probably than I've ever been in my life. But, of course, when it comes to family, that's huge. I want to hug my granddaughter, want to spend time with my daughter, want to go fishing with my cousin. It's all about family, as far as what I'm excited about. And then I'm also excited about getting into our new studio. I just bought an $80,000 studio. One of the best, if not the best studios in Houston. So I'm excited to get in there, and I know that I'm going to be sounding real good in that new studio. And I would just say family and music, which, if you look at the acronym, is FAM, family and music, FAM.
What was the reaction from in the prison, for you claiming your innocence? Did any inmates and staff believe you?
I get treated like a king. It's weird. I don't know if they believe me or not, but everybody just loves the hell out of me. I hope they believe me. They tell me they believe me. But it's just nothing but love. All I do is, sign stuff all day. It's crazy, man. It's because I was talking to Athena the other day, and she was Athena is Carolyn's manager and one of her best friends, and she was saying, I'm out here fighting for you. She was upset about the Carolyn debacle. But I was explaining to her that I had to put that message out. I had to let the fans know, because if I didn't make that public, I was afraid that it would still be going on, that the shit would still be, that the Edels would still be at the, on the tour bus. And so I had to put it out there to make sure I put a stop to it. And she didn't understand that, but she was saying, I'm out here fighting with people, anytime anybody talks shit about you, I stand up. I said, don't never do that. I don't want you to be trying to, argue and fight with people. Because if I was free and if I was just a man on the street and I saw what happened on television with SPM, I would believe SPM was guilty. I would believe it because a lot of people in the world think that the court system gets everything right. You know, I used to think that. I never would have thought even the DA and people knowing that I didn't do this would still want me in prison just because they don't like a Mexican rapper blowing up and they're hollering "fuck the police" at every concert. You know, I was in a bad war with the cops in H-Town. I mean, I'll never do that again. Now the cops are my friends. In fact, everywhere I go, I'm going to have some laws with me. But in those days, I was warring big time with the cops, and the cops ain't nothing but frontline soldiers for the DAs. So I didn't realize that I was really going against the entire justice system. I was just, you know, being raised in a black neighborhood, I just saw how bad cops treated my friends and treated me, you know, because I'm with my friends, and it was just very racist-ass cops, so I didn't like cops. But, yeah, anyway, I was telling Athena, I would think the same thing. I mean, people are going to think that. People think the courts get the shit right every time, but they really don't. And sometimes they know it. That's what's sad. But when my movie comes out and shows all the facts of my case and everything that went on, it's going to be eye-opening. It's very important that this movie drop, but the book has to come first, so it's very important that I finish this book.
Do you have a title of the book?
I do not, but I have several titles for it. Every time I turn around, I get a new title for it, you know, so. But I might just end up with Hustletown, you know, because I want the movie to be called Hustletown. But I have several, you know.
Honest. How do you think that the people that set you up feel right now, like seeing all the support you're getting?
Well, you know, I really don't know the motivation, because the girl said she thought it was a dream, and she believed it was a dream, and never once, that's what's so crazy, never once did she ever say she knows I did this. She could never say that. She would always, you know, say, no, I think it was a dream, and I could have been dreaming. But it was the psychologists and the psychiatrists and all the professionals that the DA said, hey, listen, we got to lock this guy up. We need your testimony. We need you to come in. It was actually other people that convinced the jury, because, you know, the girl herself just could never say it. To this day, she can't say that, you know, and I don't know if she knows because it wasn't true or what the deal was, but so I don't know. I can't even say it was a setup. Maybe it was a dream. I mean, I really, it's really hard to really know the motivation behind it, but I do know that when they went to the police station, instead of the police trying to find the truth, they just helped to make bullshit believable. Because once they knew that it was about SPM, they were like, "Oh shit, yeah, let's build this case up, you know, let's and then of course, the first thing that the girl's mother was talking about, not even 10 minutes into the police report, she was already talking about the child that I had, you know, with the underage girl. So, of course, she, you know, that girl lied about her age, and I was, you know, I was fucked up on Fry and just being a thug in those times. I didn't even know I was going to be a rapper in those days. And I was just out there, you know, and I, you know, obviously I slipped, but I never knowingly knew that that girl was her age, and she definitely lied, and even her mother backed up her story, because she did seem kind of young. She was like, here, you can talk to my mom, you know. And even her mother, you know, it wasn't until she got pregnant that her father told me her age, and it was, I was fucking scared shitless. I offered to marry her, but she didn't want to get married. She was just one of those little girls that thought it was cool to have a baby, and she found the right dumbass to do it, but I'm not sure exactly what exactly the motivation was, how exactly the charges, or how exactly the accusations were formed. All I know is that once they went to the police station, the police could have easily looked into the truth. They could have easily looked for DNA evidence. They could have easily went to the bed and took the sheets and found, if this had really happened, there would be DNA on the sheets. There would be, but they never ever took any steps to take any kind of physical evidence, because they knew if they did, they wouldn't find any, and then that would destroy their case. So instead, they decided not to even attempt to take physical evidence, and just really try to write on the word of this girl against this gangster. And of course, I lost that battle.
Did you expect to lose the case?
Oh, hell no. Even the officer, the bailiff, even the officer in the courtroom, when he would take me back to the cell that's behind the courtroom, he would talk to me. He said, "Man, you need to straighten up, bro. This is a serious situation. You need to pick your pants up. You need to stop acting all cocky and start looking like a little bit more." I said, "Dude, I'm not going to change the way I look for these hoes. I'm going to sag my pants. I'm in the damn courtroom sagging my pants. There's no way I'm thinking I'm going to lose this. I'm spitting on the floor in the damn courtroom. You know what I mean? So I'm tripping. I'm thinking, I'm mad because, believe it or not, we were working on my movie when I got hit by these. And I was pissed off that this had even delayed that project, because I was really excited to do the movie, because I'm a good actor. I'm good at acting. So, but yeah, no, I didn't take it seriously. I never thought that this could have happened. But I'm thankful that it did, because, like I say, I'm thanking God for everything. And I believe that I would be dead if this wouldn't have happened. I believe that God saved my life. I was at war with a lot of busted-ass, jealous assholes that were trying to run their own record labels and just mad because they couldn't do it like I was doing it. They put 31 holes in the limousine. I was just shot the car that I was up when I was coming out of one of the clubs, not my clubs, but I was at war with a lot of little busted ass dudes, and so I don't think I would have made it. I was just surrounded by so much jealousy. Mexicans are like a pot of crabs, man. They just try to keep each other down. It's really sad. I hope the Mexicans ain't like that now, but I ain't even tripping. I know it's life. Don't you be all quiet over there, Carley, trying to act like you're a journalist or something.
Did you ever expect for your daughter to be rapping, Carley? And Carley, did you expect to be putting music out?
I expected her to be a little more hungry, because she should have like 5 albums out right now instead of just one album of covers. I expected her to want it more. But it's funny, man, that hunger thing, it always skips a generation, because one generation fights for it and is real hungry for it, and they spoil their kids. And then they give their kids everything because they don't want their kids to struggle, which is the worst thing you can do. If I had to do it all over with, I wouldn't even give Carley a chicken bone unless she cleaned her room. I wouldn't give her a damn thing unless she worked for it. But it always kind of skips a generation, because one generation comes up struggling, the next generation grows up spoiled, and then they have kids that are hungry. So it's all about no EQ. Noel, no equivalent right now. It's all about Carley's daughter. No. Carley said she's really wants to get back into the studio. Unfortunately, she's been saying that for 14 months, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh my god. Okay, well, they try to put me on blast.
Hey, I'm not gonna say nothing unless you're here to defend yourself.
I'm gonna answer the question as if I didn't just hear what you just said. But yes, Mark. When I was younger, I always knew I was gonna be a rapper. Then I went to high school and I thought it was gonna be like I completely denied like my rapper self. Until I was about 20, then I realized, like, why am I denying this part of myself? So I started rapping, but definitely the new music that you hear from me is going to be a lot different. And yeah, I'm just more involved as an artist, but I really wish I didn't deny that part of myself for like 5 years.
Well, the baby kind of slowed things too. That's another piece. The baby.
Yeah, but that happened after I started rapping. So then I just, like, when I had my baby, I didn't rap for, like, 2 years. But yeah, so I'm getting back into it. And also I have my TV show, so you guys can see me on there and my YouTube channel.
You have 1 minute left.
Only one problem. You're old now, and it's no longer cool.
You're old.
You know what? You're right. If I'm rapping, that definitely gives you encouragement to rap at 25. Yeah, you're right about that.
J-Lo gives me everything that I need because she's like 50 and she's still doing her thing.
Well, Mark, should I call you back, or is that or do you want to? Do you still have more questions? All right, bud.
Thank you for using Entry Link. Goodbye.
What about Noe Q? You have any questions for her?
Oh yeah, we could ask about how'd you feel when you found out Carly you were gonna be a grandpa with
Well, Carly came to visit me, and
it was literally like I found out the same day I was pregnant. Like then I was taking a shower to go get ready to go visit you. So I literally told you on the same day that I found out.
Well, actually, I told you because you were very distraught, and Carly was crying. It almost felt as if when she was very hurt, I said, "You're pregnant," and she said yes, and she started crying, and I was hugging her. And it was like she was very disturbed by it. Like there was like some alien inside of her that was growing, and she did not want to deal with that. And but I told her, it's fine. And she was worried for a lot of things, especially her mother. I had to tell her mother about it, and but I knew it was a great thing from the very first day. I was happy, and I knew it would be a wonderful thing, but I know that it's a little bit tough when it's unexpected for people. It's never unexpected for God, but for people, sometimes they don't expect it. But it's a great blessing. So no EQ, we call it, no equivalent, and we can get her on. We can get her on real quick so she can do one of her songs. What is she working on? Make His Pockets Hurt, or she just did a new song for me.
Yeah. Say what's up to the live stream.
Hi. Can you do a song, please?
Yeah. And they give me, I got a copy on it too. Copy? Yeah. Can you do a song for the Instagram?
Yeah. Let's do the song about Grandpa.
No, I want to hear a song that Rowie said. Flap her wings. Rowie flap her wings. Flap, 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 flap. And Rowie flap her wings. He was. Yeah. We call that Noe flaps her wings. That's what she was saying. Noe flaps her wings. Flap, flap, flap.
Noe flaps her wings. Okay. Well, she's trying to spread her wings and fly. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, Los, everybody's asking you to freestyle.
Well, I do much better when I'm actually freestyling against somebody. So if Carley's up to the challenge, we can.
March, take it away. 3, 2, 1, go.
Who, me or Mark?
Martin, first, kick it off.
A freestyle?
What drink flow, girl? What's wrong with you? I don't know, Mark. Do you rap, Mark?
Nah, I
He was
don't.
about to start it.
I can't.
All right, go ahead and bust it, Mark.
I don't know how to rap.
Everyone can rap. But no, you just gotta really feel it. Like, just go slow and let your mind relax, and then try to do it.
Okay. Since you're giving all the great advice, go ahead and give them an example. Go ahead and hit it.
I give great advice. Yeah, I flow really nice. You don't want to mess with the girl with the vice. She'll kill you. She'll spill you. Guts on the floor. You already know I kick your ass out the motherfucking door. Yeah, daughter of the sun. Running out of goddamn lungs.
Yeah. If there would have been a beat, you would have been off beat.
Yeah, I know. But
you gotta rap to the beat. I'm from the street. Never leave my hood without the wood heat. Jump in my lack, sit on back. Girls see my car and say, ooh, he sell crack. Now I quit that. Squash the chit chat. Mama, don't worry, all I do now is rap. I wreck the mic flow. I go till I can't stop. Hold them up, SP, wrecking in the... Ooh, wee. Yes, it just not. It go down like Inspector Spock. Yeah, 'cause I make shit happen like a spaceship captain. I ain't trying to cap, man. I'm really rapping on the mic. I say what you like. In my hood, I used to sell yay on a bike. But I quit, mama, so don't trip no more. Now she ain't crying about, oh, my son sells snow. I don't, I promise. I'm in my pajamas. I'm sitting in the pen acting bad with piranhas. Man, hold up. No, I guess I'm not doing too good today on the freestyle.
Nah, that was good. Oh, that's a hit.
poor thing.
No. To be honest, I really can't freestyle unless I'm dancing with Mary Jane. I ain't gonna lie, she really opens up my brain on the freestyle tip, but that's another story.
Oh yeah, a lot of fans are asking about the weed comments on here. Like, what was it that made you change your mindset about it?
I've never changed my mind about. Are you talking about weed?
Yeah.
I've never changed my mind about weed. I've been trying to quit weed since I was 10 years old. I always knew it wasn't good. I always knew that it was effing up my life. It's just that, it's addictive, man. You know what I mean? It was my only little happiness, but at the same time, it really made life more ugly. And I know now that I've been without it so long. I know now because I have so many more feelings. When I was smoking every day, I was kind of dull and heartless and cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never be mean now. Like, really mean, especially to my woman. Like, I could never just leave her at the house while I go out. You know what I'm saying? Or cheat on her. Like, I don't have the goal to do that because I'm just, my emotions are alive. When I was smoking, they were just kind of dark and dull. And I knew because sometimes I would quit. I would quit for like 3 months. My eyes would get white, everything was just better, but it felt too clean. I felt too clean, like I needed to rough it up a little bit, and I would always go back to smoking. So I've never changed about smoking. I've never thought it was, something good for your life. But of course, when you're high in the studio, that's the first thing you're going to talk about. When I was free, there's not one song that I ever did without being high. Every song I did in the free world, I was high. So of course, while you're high, you're going to be rapping about it. But I mean, I ain't going to sit up here and talk bad about nobody who smokes. I mean, do what you do. I ain't tripping. I mean, who knows? I might slip. But the thing is, I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you about it and say it's something good for you. I mean, you just can't grow. You don't mature. I know people with 40, 50-year-old potheads still act like they're teenagers. You just don't grow. And, but I like I say, I know my people smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying that, if you could find happiness, naturally, that would be my advice. That would be my advice. What that Carley say? She say on the mic she nice. Then she say she a vice. And then she say she got spice. All I tell her is get in that kitchen, cook some beans and rice. Cause it's really,
On a song, I think it was SPM versus Lowe's, you said when the police came at your house, you were like 7, I guess. Can you talk about that story?
One more time?
Like, when you were a kid, like when you I think you were 7, you speak out on a song, how I guess your house got shot up or something.
Oh, yeah. We don't know who did that. I was very young then. I was like 8. That was the first time that I started disliking cops because somebody shot through my house a high-powered rifle, and it went through every wall in my house except the last wall. The bullet got stuck in the last wall, and they did it right when my mom was showering, getting ready for work. Because my mom, she went to work like at 11 o'clock at night. She worked graveyards. So they knew where to shoot. They knew where the bathroom was. They knew the bullet would shoot, and the bullet actually went right in front of her. What, baby?
No, I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute. My bad.
The bullet traveled right in front of her. If she would have leaned over a little bit to get closer to the water, it would have went right through her head, but it missed her. But there's a big mirror right in front of the shower, and the bullet sent millions of shards of glass right through the shower curtain into my mom's skin. So she was bleeding from thousands of cuts, and then we all kind of woke up. Well, not kind of, but we were just like, what was that? And I walked out of my room, and I saw my mom coming out of the bathroom naked, completely covered in blood. It was a horrific sight. And then my brother put a robe on her, and she said, come on. And she ushered everybody to her back room, and we called the cops. Well, when the cops got there, they kept telling my mom, who did it? And my mom says, I have no idea. And they kept fucking with her like she knew who did it. They were like, come on, you're not being honest. And finally, my mom said, I don't know who the fuck did this, all right? Like, goddamn, I ain't gonna lie to you. And I had a little BB gun. Those little Daisy BB guns that you can cop twice? I had that the whole time. I was pointing it at the window while we were waiting for the cops. I was like 8 years old. And I remember the cop just yanked it out of my hands. When the cops got there, he yanked it out of my hands. He said, man, you can get this back when we leave. And from that point on, I started hating cops. And then I continued to have more bad experiences. Now I love cops. What I don't like is racist hoe-ass cops. Nobody likes cops like that, though. But there is a lot of good cops out there. And I forgot that by talking about bad cops, I was also insulting the good cops, you know. And you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do that. And I feel bad for that. And ultimately, I probably lost my case. You know, the justice system hated me. Like, I was blowing up. I owned Houston. You know, I was getting played on all 3 radio stations, pop, R&B, and this Latin station called House Party. It was just a crazy thing. So they were very worried about this gangster rapper that was influencing the whole city, that was hollering "fuck the cops" at all his Houston concerts. But anyway, that's what happened that night, and we still never found out who shot that bullet.
You believe that you were targeted because you were the biggest Mexican American rapper? Like, just because you were Mexican alone? And you had, you know, you were growing that much?
Can you say it again?
Do you believe you were targeted because you're Mexican and, you know, you were blowing up, you know, with your positive message and everything?
I don't think so. I think I was targeted because I was warring with the cops. I had 2 major standoffs with the cops before these charges came. I'm talking about all the news people were there. I'm talking about a big standoff. The second one was even bigger than the first, and there were SWAT teams on the buildings across the street. The SWAT teams got on our roof, and they cut off the lights. And, you know, we're all on the news having standoffs. People. But yeah, it was like, it kind of felt like I was waging a war on cops because, I mean, I was doing big concerts with like 15,000 people there, full of cops, and I got the whole freaking crowd screaming, "Fuck the police." When the you say, "Fuck the police, fuck the police." But, I mean, I had the whole damn Astro Arena hollering that shit. I'm talking about the cops hated me, man. Hated me. So like I said, anybody could have said anything bad about me and they would have jumped on it like white on rice. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize how vulnerable I was making myself. But now I love cops, like I say. You know, if my mom was ever getting robbed or something, I would need the cops to be there for her. You know, and cops risk their lives every day, you know what I'm saying, to protect. Like I say, it's just those bad cops. And there's a nice amount of them in Texas. Texas is, you know, racist ass state. You know, this is Trump country.
Mm-hmm. Has any mainstream rappers or anything try to talk to you that we don't know of?
Try to talk to me?
Yeah, like, I guess, like, say what's up, or like written letter or a phone call or something.
I can't really. I mean, my own cousins don't even, you know, my own parents. I might get one letter a week one letter a year from relatives. People just don't write people in prison. It's kind of weird, but fans do. That's why I say fans are my, you know, fans are my family. Friends was a fantasy. Because I've realized that fans are my family, man. They're the ones that have kept me strong all this time. You know, they write. But I mean, of course, Bash has written. Rashid just wrote not long ago. Low G has written. You know, the Dope House family has written. Juan Gotti has written. But, you know, I don't know, it's weird. But my best friend got locked up when I was free. Man, I love this guy to death. I would have died for this guy. When he got locked up, I never wrote him. It's weird. People just don't write people in prison. I guess it depresses them to write a loved one in prison. Or I don't know. But I mean, I don't judge them. A lot of these guys are pissed off if you're, when I get out, man, my brother tries to say hello to me. I'm telling him, fuck that. You should have said hello to me when I was in prison. they're kind of holding grudges because that's a big complaint that people have in prison, that their loved ones never write them. Don't get me wrong, you have a few good loved ones that will.
Did
My cousin Tanya writes a lot.
Did anyone surprise you by doubting your innocence? Like people that you knew, you thought you were family cool. Like did they surprise you by thinking that you were guilty?
Did anybody surprise me by thinking I was guilty?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, bro? And now that I say this, probably some dumb bitch will break the record. But I've been in this place 19 years. Every day I get a stack of letters. Sometimes it's not so much. Sometimes it's about 11. Sometimes it's 25. But every night they come and bring me mail. Not one single negative letter have I gotten in 19 years. Is that not crazy? Not one single person talking shit. Nothing but love, bro. Nothing but love. And I don't know. I just really feel like my music must have helped a lot of people. I call my music medicine. And, but there was this one dude here, when I got in trouble and I went to high security, and I was there with a bunch of hardheads, and he was probably just a mental patient, because a lot of people have mental illnesses. And he was like, "Why y'all all showing this motherfucker love?" He was kind of like one of those racist white guys. Shit, if it was one of us or something, y'all be all talking shit about it, but y'all all this motherfucker's dick. And I don't understand it. Why y'all all, And I said, "Hey, bro," I said, "Hold on now. What's your name?" And he said, "My name is whatever, He said, "I used to be a fan of yours, man. But fuck that." I said, "Well, bro, I would feel the same way as you. But I'm here now. I'm right in front of you. What questions do you have? I got my court transcripts in my cell. What questions do you have? What do you want to ask me now that I'm here? Because I know that hatred is just love turned inside out. So I know that you're so angry, probably because you loved me at one time. So talk to me." And I let him know, I let him know that civil trial ended. Because after they took my freedom, the family tried to get me for my money. We had an incredible victory in civil trial. Dope House has remained unscathed. They tried to they took my life, or they thought they did. They really saved my life. But then they tried to take my livelihood. And that didn't work. The Lord protected Dope House and all my music. But by the time I was done, he was giving me the names of his kids so that I could sign pictures for him. But I remember that one. So that was probably one of the only times that I ever heard it in my face.
And then
it was pretty cool.
in on Telephone Road, it gave a chapter in your book, and you spoke on how when you were I think you were going to like the county jail, and then you were looking at the free world, how things are. How was that moment? Like, you stepped into the free world and you've been in prison.
I thought it was funny. I thought that was a funny thing because I was just happy to see a damn gas station. I was just happy to see houses because I hadn't been on the road in a couple of years. So I was describing what I was looking at, people walking into restaurants, people walking out of restaurants, people cutting their yards, as we were going through the small towns. And I said it was like an action-packed movie. Who would ever think that an action-packed movie would be people just walking in and out of restaurants? You know what I mean? But it was exciting, like watching a damn action-packed movie. after a few hours on the road, you get used to it. And that's why I say, guys in here, they need to be careful because they want to get out so bad so they can eat that big juicy steak. Or they can, jump in the sack with their woman and all these things that they just really want to do. But to be honest, I already know what it's going to be like. Once I get out, in 2 weeks, it won't be no big deal. A steak won't be no big deal. A plate of fajitas won't be no big deal. It'll be nice, it'll taste good, but it ain't gonna be all like people are right now just fiending for that. In 2 weeks, they'll be used to the world again. It won't be that big of a deal again. In fact, it'll probably be worse than prison because that's where the real problems are at. That's where you gotta pay bills. Everything is free in here. Ain't no stress, ain't no pressure. So I tell them, be careful because that free world ain't no pump. That free world life ain't no pump, my nigga. That free world life ain't no pump. Man, that chorus, I like that chorus, but I think that I thought it was a little bit too loud on the album.
That's actually my favorite song of the album.
But
sound like we were harmonizing, Mark, like just now? Were we at the same time?
Was it?
what, man?
Whenever we sung that part just now, did it sound like we were like harmonizing well together? Did you hear that? Did you hear me?
I didn't hear you singing it with me.
You didn't hear it?
No, we couldn't hear it.
Yeah, don't ever try to sing with the king unless you have permission.
Do it again.
That free world life ain't no punk, my dig. That free world life ain't no fun. Well, I made my decision. Carley will not be joining me on stage during my concert.
If you want to sell out, you better have me on stage. That's all I'm saying.
I remember one time I was on stage and one of the guys that was working my booth, he was just supposed to be there with my CDs. And I love this guy to death. I hope he's okay. His name was Miglo, and he was at Channel View. And he was just supposed to be giving some CDs to the fans. But the stage manager actually gave him a mic, and I didn't realize it. So all of a sudden, I'm rapping on the mic. It's me and Rashid, and I keep hearing another voice. So I turn around, and there's Miglo with the mic rapping the damn song with me. So I'm pissed off. So I just I've told this story a few times. I don't know if I've said it, but so I'm just rapping, and I walk over there, and Miglo's kind of walking my way, and I'm walking to him. And as he passes by, I just punch him in the stomach real hard. Where I'm hoping the people I'm hoping the people in the audience can't see. But I'm telling you, man, my fist just disappeared in this poor kid's belly, man. I hit him so hard, he just doubled over like that. It was in Wichita, Kansas. I'll never forget it. It was a car show. It was pretty funny. Not that I would do that to you, Carley, but please don't try to get on stage with me. No, I'm just.
Hey, what's the craziest thing you've seen going down in prison or locked up?
Oh man, there's just too much shit, bro. There's just too much shit to even. I've seen guys take the steel bar from the laws and just start beating.
You have 1 minute left.
Ooh! The operator cut that off. You want to wrap it up, Mark?
Yeah,
bro. It's just fucked up shit going on.
Yeah, no, everybody's out here saying they love you. We got a few hundred people down here. But everybody's asking, like, when do you expect to be free? Like,
I would say anywhere between 18 and 28 months, somewhere. I should be getting out just a little bit earlier than expected, I pray. But of course, at the latest, it'll be, 3 years at the latest. But like I say, I'm starting to work out. I'm already starting to get ready for that free will. Got to start getting in shape. I want to come out looking ready.
Mm.
Thank you for using
All right.
entry link. Goodbye.
All right, just ask.
Okay, so let me just get it straight what I think is going on. So you got Los and Baby Los, and you're just going to chat with us, ask some questions, or mostly direct the questions to me, or maybe share the questions, but either way, it's kind of like two people being interviewed. Would that be accurate, Mark?
Yeah.
All right, hit it.
So what has Dope House been up to recently?
I'll let Carlos take that one.
Whole lot of baby loads.
That's true, yeah, a whole lot of baby lows. So I'd agree with that.
Got some things going on, huh? With a couple of exciting things. I don't know if I can say much, but
when is did they set a date on the performance video of Strategy with you and Sam Knight? Did they set a date and promote it?
I hope not because I don't know what I'm gonna like.
Yeah, I mean I understand that, but I'm just wondering if a date was set, because if
no date was set on anything that I have knowledge.
So just real quick, are you gonna drop another single before you try to do any visuals on Strategy, or are you gonna, no matter how long it takes, drop a visual on Strategy, some kind of visual on Strategy before you drop another single?
I think I want to release another one, like just like have that constant release.
I don't mind. I don't care about any visual, to be honest. It doesn't, I think you should just keep dropping singles.
Yeah.
I'm working on my book, in case anybody cares about what Old Man Los is doing. I guess that's what they call me now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
you're only as old as you feel, and that's why I'm 71 right now. No, I'm kidding. What'd you say, Mark?
No, I said, yeah, a lot of people are like waiting on your book. I've been getting a lot of questions about it.
A lot of people have been waiting
on your book.
On the book, food?
Oh, yeah. Shit, man. Fuck, bro. God. Excuse my French, but, man, I'm so disgusted with myself because I should have finished that book long ago, man. Long ago. In fact, I should have not 30, at least 10 books by now.
Literally, I remember when you read to me one of your what is it called? And I haven't read a book in so long, I forgot what it's called. The chapter. You read me one of your chapters, and literally I did not stop laughing the whole time. The book is so good, and I only read one chapter, and I'm pretty sure they're all like that. But,
you know what? They really are. They really are, because I write with a very strong funny bone. Not only that, but in rap too. Like when I write raps, I'm constantly laughing. And I really think that I was probably supposed to be a comedian. But the streets kind of got a hold of me, this gangsterous, dope dealing life that I was lucky enough to survive. But I still might try my hand at comedy. I really like what Chingo Bling's doing. And I might want to try my hand, at least do some movies, you know what I'm saying, that have a lot of comedy. But yeah, the book is funny, man. The book is funny, and it's true and it's real, and we got to get it done.
Hey, Little Los.
2000. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now continue. My bad.
If it ain't out by 21, then I'm no longer your number one. Oh shit, that was one with. I made one with rhyme with one. That wasn't good. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was gonna ask Little Los, like, what are you excited for your dad to see when he comes out in like soon?
I'm excited for him to meet my dog. It's like, no. I'm not most excited for. So I don't think that he believes me, but like, this dude is literally insane. But yeah, I think that'd be funny.
I'd like to meet Tex, the Texican. I'd like to meet the Texican.
And what about you, Los? Like, what are you excited to see when you come home?
Well, bro, honestly, I know I need to get home. I definitely want to get home. But I'm not really excited to see anything special. I'm excited to see a fish at the end of my fishing pole. I'm excited to see avocados on my hamburger, which has been a long time since that. I don't know, I'm definitely not excited to see the life I used to live. I'm not excited to see all the women I hurt my ex-wife with, all the homeboys that we all indulged in a destructive life, the drugs, the alcohol. I'm definitely not excited to see all that, So it's a new life for me. It's a new, and I guess that's what I'm excited. The most excited thing, to be honest with you, the very most exciting thing is that finally I'm going to live a drug-free, alcohol-free, adulterous-free life. And that's going to free me up to concentrate on nothing but music, man. Nothing but movies. Nothing but content. Incredible content. Because God just gave me, and I don't mean, it's all praise to God, but He just gave me a stupid, brilliant personality, man. Especially when I'm on camera, I know I'm going to act a fizzle. And so that's really what I'm excited. I'm excited of all that I can do, which will be so much more than what I did when I get out. Because, bro, like I was saying before, I spent maybe like 2 weeks a year on music. Every time it was time to do a new album, I spent like 2 weeks doing a new album. And that was it. I made Beverly Park in just 1 weekend. But for the most part, the other 11 and a half months, I just spent, being a dumbass. So I'm excited to get into the studio and just stay in the studio and just, man, my brain don't stop unless the Lord stops it. So I just thank God for that. And so your question was, what am I most excited to see?
Yeah.
Me. I'm most excited to see me. See in that free world, acting a damn fool. Uh-oh. I revealed my secret last time. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you're an ass, dude.
y'all think about this current situation, like the outcome of it?
It's heartbreaking for me. I don't even know if Los is even paying attention, but
I'm not going to.
You did what, son?
I said I haven't even listened to the thing yet.
Oh, well, thank you for being interested in my life. I appreciate it.
Hi, Harmony.
For me, it's absolutely heartbreaking. Especially, like, I ain't even going to lie. When you asked me what I was looking forward to seeing, bro, I was looking forward to seeing my woman. I couldn't even answer that question. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even answer that question the same anymore. Because it's just heartbreaking, man. But I won't cry. I won't cry, not again.
And is there any new SPM album that y'all are working on, like Little Lows, that you like beats on it or anything? Or do you still make beats, Little Lows, or not?
Yeah, I'm producing all my own beats with the help of my good friend Dustin. And yeah, so I'm still producing. I think we have I want to call it Trinity Road, but it's not called that. It's called hey, Uncle.
What? You're not caring about my life, so I wasn't listening to you either. So.
Okay. No, I'm talking about the one song. One album. Oh my gosh.
Some things never change.
Yeah, Trillionaire.
Oh, my album. Yeah. Right. Yeah. What? Yeah. You're making. Have you been working on any? I mean, how many beats do you have to listen to right now?
I've been trying to get a hold of Jaime. No one can get a hold of Jaime.
Oh. Well, we need to call them and see what's going on with them. But just to be clear, the album is going to be called Visionary, and I told Carlos, because I really like all of his beats. Y'all ain't even heard all the shit this boy makes. This boy makes some crack-ass beats, but y'all will continue to hear his beats, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be making all his next 10 singles are probably going to be all his own beats. But I asked him if he would produce Visionary, because we have the lyrics. We have all the lyrics already laid down, but they don't have no beats. So that's why Little Low is saying we have to find Tiny, because they're in the computer. Jaime knows where they're at. Tang knows where they're at. Oh, Heimlich. So,
no, Heimlich. It's funny.
And is there anything y'all want to say directly to the fans? Because everybody's on here saying they love y'all. I've got 500 people watching right now.
Oh, shit. That's a lot of people. 500 people from around
the world.
From around the world. Where's my H-Town people at? Oh, you don't know what they're from exactly, do you, Mark?
Nah.
I love from Oklahoma.
Well, excuse me. I've never been on the internet before. Thank you very much.
I'll teach you all about it.
Oh, certainly want to let them know. Of course they know that I love them. And, they need to make all the right, well, it's hard to make all the right decisions, but make good decisions, because you're worth it. You're worth it. And, it's good to be a Dope House fan in this time, because the future is just so bright. So many incredible things are about to go down. Little Los is really turning into something special as well. And of course, Carley, she's getting back in the game in a big way. And J.D. Coy, he's been writing a whole lot lately, so he's going to be coming strong. And my sister's son, Telly, is wanting to get on the mic, so I'm excited to see.
Is he really?
Yeah, Telly's already writing his own music. He's already writing. I think he's like 11 or 12 years old and already. I know he wrote one song for sure, but he rapped it to me.
Very nice.
Oh yeah. And you know, it's just time that we do bigger things. And what do you want to say to the fans, Los? I don't want to hog up all the mic.
I'm not too good at talking like that. I'm good at answering questions. But as far as just telling people things, I'm just going to say, like, the mic is like
You have 1 minute left.
Oh god damn. The mic is like the bump up pass rule. I talk a little bit and then I talk and then I pass it to you.
well, I was close, so I'll pass it back.
Well, we only have 1 minute, so Mark, what else? What you got? We only got 1 minute before we hang up. Let me tell my fans I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
I love you more.
No. And thank you for being in my corner. You know, and y'all are the reason I'm so strong. And trust me, I'm very, very strong.
Yeah, we saying we love you and support everything you're doing.
Oh, sure.
Even after 2 decades, you know, I'm pretty, you still have that support.
Thank you for using
No digging.
Entry Link. Goodbye.
Where's the one-man marching band?
So, Carlos, how you been doing recently?
Hold on, they're getting a little bit noisy over here. Did you ask me how I've been doing?
Yeah, recently, these past few days.
I've been doing pretty good, bro. I haven't got COVID, so I consider myself blessed on that end. Just trying to be careful, you know what I mean? Because this COVID thing ain't no joke.
How has COVID affected, like, you in prison? Like, how much has changed in there?
Well, we can't play basketball no more because, you know, the basketball going from one hand to the other hand to the other hand, and everybody breathing hard. So, and then I'm not using the phone very much. I only use it in the mornings. But I have to say that these prison officials are keeping the prison very safe. Very safe. They're taking it very seriously. And really nobody in my area, I think maybe one person has gotten it. So I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? There's hand sanitizers and bottles with Clorox and people coming in and spraying the place down. You know, it's really being taken serious. So I appreciate that.
And when you're free, do you see yourself making any, like, new music videos?
New music videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got to get in shape, which is what I'm beginning to do now. I'm beginning to eat more healthy. I'm beginning to exercise daily. And I'm off to kind of a slow start because I've been lazy for so long. But I've got to start getting ready for the free world. I've got to come out, you know, in shape and ready And that's the most important thing, especially for live concerts. If I did a live concert right now, I'll be running out of breath on the first verse. You know what I mean? So I gotta get in shape to be able to do.
And then you mentioned concerts. What's a crazy moment that you remember from being on tour when you were in the city?
What's the craziest thing I remember from being on tour?
Yeah.
Craziest thing. I mean, every day was pretty crazy on tour because, we had a lot of after parties and a lot of babies being made, a lot of just everything that I can think of. I feel it's inappropriate because, of course, I'll be talking about, other members of the Dope House and everything, but I mean, I can tell you one thing. One day we were looking on the map and we were trying to get to a town because we had a concert in that town, and the whole Dope House was in a tour bus. And somebody saw on the map that if we just cut through the mountains, it's only like 5 miles to this town. But if we got to go around the mountains, it's like 40, 50 miles. So it was a cold night, and it was snowing, and it was dark, and we got on this mountain, man. And once we got deep into the mountains, all the roads were frozen, and there was no railing on the side. If we went off the side of the mountain, everybody would be dead. So the driver said, "Listen, the bus is no longer rolling. Now we're sliding. But I'm able, if I go slow enough, I'm able to slide where I can control the bus." So I didn't give, this is how stupid I am. I was the only one still asleep. They tried to wake me up and tell me that the bus was sliding and I needed to, get to the front because they had the door open in the bus and everybody was piled up at the door of the bus. So in case the bus started sliding over the mountain, everybody could just jump out the front door, including the driver. Well, I woke up and I saw everybody standing there at the door, and I saw the driver. He told me, he said, "We're actually sliding down this mountain." And I said, "Well, just make sure we don't slide off." And I went back to the back of the bus and went back to sleep. And we made it, of course, and we stopped at a store after we went through the mountains, and we were already close to the venue. And we went to the store, and we told the guy working at the store that we had just gone through the mountains. And he said, "There is no way y'all should be alive. Nobody travels down the devil's spine in weather like this. Too many people have died." They called that street or that road or whatever the devil's spine because so many people slip off and die. And the guy was just amazed that we actually made it. So that was pretty crazy. And of course, I'd have been the only one to die because my dumbass I was sleepy, I guess, or high. I don't know. Drunk. I don't know. But
what was your
anyway, what?
Continue. Continue.
Anyway, I just want to say we ended up being more late than if we would have went around the mountain, because the driver had to be, because he had to keep hitting the brakes, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go on the brakes. So we were going so slow that those 5 miles took longer than the 50 miles would have took to go around the mountain. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy.
What was your I made it moment? That's the moment you realized that you made it. I guess rapping.
You know, the way that I think is every day that I wake up, cancer-free, disease-free, with hope in my heart, with blessings in my life. I don't consider money making it or fame making it. I've been rich way before I had any money. In fact, I was more rich when I was broke because I had more friends and life was more true and real. So, you know, everybody makes it as long as they know it, as long as they're smart enough to be grateful for what they have, as long as they're smart enough to be grateful for the beautiful children that they have, or the beautiful wife that they have, or the wonderful parents that they have. And even if they don't have those things, at least they have 10 toes and 10 fingers. Some people don't have that. At least they can see. Some people can't see. At least they can talk. Some people can't. At least they can hear. Some people can't. At least they can walk. Some people can't. At least they can laugh, you know. Some people can't. And even people that can't, they still have other things that they can be thankful for. So whenever you just live in gratitude, which is what makes the most sense, then you've made it. You just have to know you've made it. Because let me tell you something. If there is a destination, okay, did you say 5 minutes, boss? Oh, okay, wrap it up. All right. Yeah, they're already, my 2 hours is up in here.
Uh-huh.
But what I was going to say is, even if, you know, I was talking about how, this man took me off of my train of thought, but anyway, that's what's making it. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say is even if you have a journey to where there is a destination that you want to get to, the journey is even more fun than the destination. You know, every day is it's just as fun. In fact, it's more fun. You know, being in that tour bus with all my friends, but you know, some people argue it and just being funny and me laughing about it. Even in prison, man, it's fun. To me, it's just a lot of fun because I'm so thankful for everything. And that's the only way to live. You know what I'm saying? Because if you live always thinking about what you don't got and always thinking about the problems that you have, how you think is how you're going to feel. So it doesn't matter if you got a buttload of money, you're still just going to be thinking about your problems. And some people have a bad habit of thinking that way. You got to break that habit. Because, of course, the most valuable treasures that any person can have is beautiful relationships. There is nothing more valuable than a beautiful relationship. First of all, a beautiful relationship with God, your Father, your eternal Father, and then beautiful relationships with other people. What car, what spaceship, what mansion can bring you more joy than a beautiful relationship with the person? You see, but it takes humbleness and forgiveness. You've got to have those fruits of love to be able to build those relationships. That's why people are poor, because they don't have that humbleness. that forgiveness, that compassion, that patience. They don't have those traits of love to be able to build true riches. That's why they sell dope. That's why they rob a store. That's why they kill this man for money. Some people kill their own family members for insurance money because they're poor inside, because they lack those traits that build riches. They lack that forgiveness, that humbleness, that patience, that compassion. They lack those fruits of love to be able to build riches. And I've always had riches. I've always been a humble man. Maybe I was a little bit more mean when I was free, but now, shit, man, I'm just a damn bucket full of love right now. I mean, I guess all the weed smoke and all the alcohol and stuff can make you a little bit more grumpy and a little bit more mean. But I ain't effing with none of that no more. So it's just all lovely. I've already made it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no making it. You just got to have people that you have beautiful relationships with, and then you made it. I say when you have 10 beautiful relationships, you've made it. I think 10 is a pretty damn big number. But even if you have just 2 or 3, maybe just with your mom and your grandma or something, that's still you're still pretty damn rich.
Yes, a lot of some advice a lot of people need to hear.
Oh, no doubt. Well, Mr. March, I shall. Oh, I got your new name, March Madness.
March Madness.
No. All right, sir. I love you. I gotta go. All right, March. Love you much.
All right.
I gotta go.